Dear students, today on This Vidya Sankul, we are going to start our first lecture in the e-learning that will be in standard 10th science, and we will be starting our second chapter, acid, base and salt. So before we starting this chapter, let us take a brief preview that what we are going to study in this chapter. We are going to study in this chapter generally what is acid, what is base and what is salt. Okay. So from that we are going to start our chapter, and afterwards we will going to see what will be the further topics that will be coming in this chapter. So let us take a brief preview on the chapter that we are going to study. So here are the chapters and the points that we are going to consider and discuss in this chapter. First, what is acid, that will be defined in this lecture. And so as we already know that the substance or the liquid, those who taste sour, has contains the acid. Okay, it contains the minor portions of the acid. Okay, if the substance or the liquid you taste, whether it is a more taste more sour, then it will contain the more higher percentage of the concentration level of the acid. Afterwards we have to see what is a base. Okay, then we will define the basic definitions regarding what is base. How can we define what are the base? So basis on the taste, if the substance or the liquid which we taste is generally taste a bitter, then it contains it has a base in it. Okay. Afterwards studying for acid and base, we will see the indicators. So what are the indicators? So generally for the indicators we are going to study about, it gives us the signal whether a substance or liquid you are checking is acid or a base. That will be the basic study regarding the indicators. As you suppose you have known the indicators from your vehicles. Suppose your father or mother has a vehicle, then they want to turn left or they want to turn right. What they shows us the signal. Okay, from the indicator that indicates that they want to turn left or they want to turn right. As per that, these indicators of the substance or the liquid, each gives us the signal that this substance or this liquid is acid or it is a base. So we can define like that. Okay, so we are also going to study on basis of that what are the indicators, how can we check whether a substance is acid or whether a substance is a base. This is basically we are doing. After that we are going to study about the chemical properties of acid. So in that topic we are going to study about what happens when some of the acids are react with some of the elements or some of the materials, what happened to them. Okay, basically these types of study we are doing on a chemical properties of acid, in which we are going to study what happened when an acid react with metal, what happened when acid react with metal oxide, what happened when an acid react with metal carbonate, what happened when acid react with base. Okay, so these are the chemical properties regarding the acid we are going to study. Afterwards we are going to study about the chemical properties of base, in which we are going to see about what happened when an base react with acid or base react with non-metallic oxide and base react with water. Okay, so for that, in which the two types of property are same, when an acid react with base and when an base react with acid, these are the both properties will be remain the same. It gives us the same product. Okay, as we know in the earlier chapter number 1, that chemical reaction and equation, in which we have seen that whenever we are writing the equation, we have to write on a left hand side the reactants and we have to write the right hand side products. So for that we know that the if and some of the elements are reacting with each other, it makes some kind of product. So in that we are going to see about the reaction which acid and base are combining with each other, it gives us the byproduct same, salt and water. If we mix up the 2 plus 3, it gives us the 5. If we mix up 3 plus 2, it also gives us the product 5. So acid plus base gives us the same product, which we are going to see. And the reaction regarding that, what happened when an acid react with a base and what happened when a base react with acid, it gives, and it called some kind of reaction with which we have seen in the chapter number 1, that the decomposition reaction, combination reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction. These are the types of reaction that we have already seen in the earlier chapter. So in this chapter we are going to see what happened and acid and base, it called some kind of reaction which is called as a neutralization reaction. Okay, so it is a name of the procedure when an acid and base react with each other. The basic name for that, it will be a neutralization reaction. Afterwards we are going to see about the pH scale, in which we are going to study about what is a pH scale. But going on there, what is a pH scale? Before going on that, we are going to study about what is pH and why pH is so important. So basically in an acid or in a base, generally it contains the hydrogen. Hydrogen ion is containing with it, okay. So for that we need to measure the hydrogen's power. So if I measure the power of hydrogen, then it will be called as the pH. If I measure the power of hydroxide, then it will be called as the POH. Okay, whenever I measure that pH and whenever I measure that POH on basis of the substance, that whatever it is acid or whatever it is a base, okay, then I can consider that some of the measurement will come to me. Okay, suppose I have measured the power of hydrogen of any substance. If the value comes 3 or 5 or 9, then what should I call them? Then what should I give the name of that substance, that it is the value that defines us that. Okay, how can I predefine it? So I have to compare it with some reference. Okay, so this referencing value gives us from the pH scale. Okay, for example, if the value come 3, whatever the substance or the liquid I am measuring, if the value comes 3, then I can easily measure and I can easily compare it with a pH scale. That define us that the 3 value, if the substance gives us the 3 value, then it will be acid. If the substance gives us the 5 value, then it is also acid. If the substance gives us the 9 value, then it is a base. So this is how the pH scale work in this chapter. Okay. So very easy concept regarding the pH scale. So you need to understand what is pH scale and what are the values that is come in a pH scale and why these pH will be important in our day-to-day life. This will be another topic that is more important in our chapter. In this section, the question will be asked in 2 marks or 4 marks. Importance in pH in daily life, in which we have to study about the 4 topics regarding that. For that, we are going to study about the pH in our digestive system, pH in our soil, in our backyard, pH in our tooth decay. Okay, and we are going to study about that topics. Okay, so on that topic, the pH in our digestive system is the topic which will be asked in the examination in 2 marks or 4 marks. Okay, sometimes it will be asked in 4 marks, so that will be more very important topic in this chapter. Okay, so the importance of pH is also a very important study to our this chapter. Afterwards, we have to see what is a salt. Okay, how the salt is made up of, how can we prepare the salt, and what are the uses of salts. Okay, basically for that we are going to study about the neutralization reaction. In neutralization reaction, whenever it reacts acid and base, it makes a 2 byproduct, that will be salt and water. So here comes the salt, and these salts we can use as a preparation of salt. So these are some methods to preparation of salt, in which we are going to see about the chlor-alkali process. Okay, in which we can make the chlorine and chlor-alkali process. So in which we are going to see about how can we separate the sodium and chloride, or otherwise we can see the how can we separate the sodium from to the salts, and what are the that uses of sodium into some of the concentration given here. So here are the some of the basic salts regarding baking soda, washing soda and plaster of Paris, in which we are going to see about how can we make the baking soda, what are the chemical equation for the baking soda, what are the uses of baking soda. After that we are going to see about how can we make the washing soda, in which we are going to see about the molecular equation of chemical formula regarding washing soda, and afterwards we are going to see uses of washing soda, and afterwards there we are going to see about the plaster of Paris. So how can we make the plaster of Paris, the chemical formula regarding the plaster of Paris, and afterwards we will see the last uses of the plaster of Paris. So these are the basic portions that we are going to study in this chapter, that you this is the brief summary regarding this chapter. Okay, now first of all we will start from the acid, but going on there I have to tell you that you have to memorize, or you have to remind that in your mind, that these are the 4 or 5 kinds of things that you will that you have to learn before going on this chapter. First we will have to understand what is H plus. Okay, so sometimes H plus come, you can go on to the standard 9th elements table and their symbols, you can easily memorize from there. You have learned the 18 elements table in standard 9. Okay, for that also we are going to, some of the elements are coming from there. Okay, but those elements which not come there, we will have to prepare here. Okay, first one is the H plus. H plus is known as the hydrogen ion. So whenever H plus is coming, you can easily understand that sir is talking about the hydrogen ion. Sometimes H plus is written there. Okay, another is H2. So H2 will be write as dihydrogen, or sometimes it will be also called as the hydrogen. See, it is a hydrogen ion while H2 is an molecule. Okay, so we can say like that. Okay, afterwards H3O plus. So it is an hydronium ion. Okay, then afterwards OH minus, it will be known as the hydroxide ion. See, whenever a plus or minus sign come, it will be gives us that it is a ion. Whenever the sign is not come, then we will know that it is a atom or a molecule. Okay, then afterward you all know the easiest molecular formula, that will be H2O, and it will be known as the water, or you can write dihydrogen monoxide. Okay, then afterwards another molecular formula that is come in this chapter very importantly, HCl. So it is an acid that will be called as the hydrochloric acid. Then H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Okay, then 2 atoms that will come most important in this chapter, that will be Na, it is known as a sodium, and Mg, it will be called as the magnesium. And also a last but not the least, Ca, it will be called as the calcium. Okay, so these are the molecular structure, you can prepare it from here. Okay, so you can see the screen clearly, and if you don't see the screen clearly, you can pause the screen and take a screenshot for it, because it are the short terms that will come most importantly in this chapter. Okay, so you have to memorize all of that. Okay, first H plus, it will be known as the hydrogen ion. Second H2, that will be known as the dihydrogen. Afterwards H3O plus, it will be known as the hydronium ion. Then OH minus, it will be known as the hydroxide ion. H2O water, HCl hydrochloric acid. So whenever I have to react with some of the elements, you can easily take it from here. Okay, whenever I talk about I have to react acid with some of the metal, or if I can say that I have to react acid with the sodium, then you can take acid from here and sodium from here, when you can react the acid and metal or an sodium. Okay, so these are the points, that is why it is a very important. Okay, so you have to memorize that, and it will become again and again in this chapter. Okay, now we will go to the next topic. Okay, and this is the first topic regarding the what is acid. Okay, Suppose what happened if I want to check or if I want to understand acid and base with each other. Okay, then what is the first method that I have to check? That in a laboratory I can check with a taste. Okay, first method is that I can check with the taste. It indicates me whether the substance is taste or sour. Then I can call that it is a acid. Whether the substance I have taste it will be bitter, then I can call that it is a base. Okay, so this will be the first method. What is another method to check? That I have to check with the olfactory indicator. That indicates us that the substance or the liquid which are checking is called as the acid or a base. Okay, so understanding the chemical properties of acid and base, but before going on to that, we can check the acid and base in the laboratory by indicators. Okay, as I have told you that if acid indicator tells us the substance is acidic or basic in the nature by changing the color. So how it will define us that it can give us the definition by changing the color. So we have to use the litmus paper for that. It is another method for checking the whether a substance is acid or base. How can we check that? We have to use litmus paper. How litmus paper gives us? So litmus paper will be available in the markets. You can buy it from there. Generally, whenever the litmus paper turns blue to red, then we can say that easily it is a acid. Suppose if I buy the blue litmus paper from the market, then I put it into the substance which I want to check whether it is acid or whether it is a base. So I have put the blue litmus paper into the liquid or in the substance. Now what should I do? I have to wait. If in a 3 minutes that will change. If it changes into the red, blue litmus paper will be converted into red, then I can say that it is a substance that will be acid. So now no need to change it with my taste. Okay. Now I don't want to try it by my mouth. Okay. This is how can we define substance. Also whenever I take a red litmus paper and it converts into blue, then what can we say? It is a base. So this is how we can define that substance is acid or substance is base from the changing the color of paper. So litmus paper can be used for that olfactory indicators. There are some substances whose order is changed in acidic or basic media. They are called the olfactory indicators. Okay. Now first topic regarding what is acid. So I have told you that fruits like apples, oranges, pineapples taste sour because they contains the minor portion of acid. Suppose it contains the more portion of acid, then it will be taste more sour in the taste. Okay. Acid also turn blue litmus paper to red, and acid produces hydrogen ion in water. That is the property we are going to talk in the next reaction when we are going to start the chemical reaction of the acid, in which we are going to see about what happened when an acid react with water. Generally we are going to see the H plus ion regarding statement into that property. Now what is base? So generally base is an oxide or a hydroxide of metal. You can see the bullet point here are oxide and hydroxide of metal. So what it defines is that whenever I join these metals with hydroxide, okay, you have to pay proper attention here, because if you once understand this topic, then it will be very, very easy to you. Otherwise it will be the more complicated topic to you. Okay. Whenever I attach this metal to any hydroxide, now we know how can we write the hydroxide. As we know, hydroxide can be write by OH minus. Okay. So what should I do? I have to attach with some metal. So here are the few examples of metal. You can add Na, Mg, Ca. Okay, these are the some of the metals you can attach with the hydroxide, and it makes the proper way of base. Now what should I do? NaOH. So what should it called? Sodium hydroxide, because we know the pronunciation of OH, it will be called hydroxide, and Na it will be called as the sodium and it will gives us the sodium hydroxide. So you can easily say that sodium hydroxide is a base. Okay, same like that MgOH. Okay, it will be called as the magnesium hydroxide. Okay, in last we are going to see about the Ca. Now Ca, what happens? I can also make the CaOH, but it is not the proper way to react the calcium with the hydroxide. So I have to put 2 into that, or I have to take the hydroxide's 2 molecule when I want to react with the calcium. And how this calcium hydroxide is came from, if you remember, we have talked in the chapter number 1, when the calcium carbonate reacts with the, when we heat the calcium carbonate, it gives us the calcium oxide. So what happened? See here I want to tell you that, suppose what happened, if the calcium carbonate gets heat up, then it makes a CaO and it releases the CO2. Now what I should have to take? Calcium oxide, it will be called as the calcium oxide, because whenever we attach metal with some single molecule of oxygen, it will gives us the oxide. Okay, so whenever I react Mg with O, it gives us the magnesium oxide, NaO, it gives us the sodium oxide. Same like that we have to attach CaO. Now if I process CaO with H2O, it gives us the CaOH2, and it is we know that it is a quicklime and it is a slaked lime. So for that slaked lime we can also consider as the base. Here you can write from here, you can pause it and you can take a screenshot if you want to take, but it is come in a chapter number 1. So for that we have attached the CaOH2. Okay, and it is also called as the calcium hydroxide, or you can say that it is a slaked lime. Okay. Okay, we are going to the next topic. But before going on there, let us erase that what I have written here. See, these are the basic studies regarding the base and acid. So a base react with an acid to form a salt and water only. It is also a chemical reaction that will be studied in the next topic, where we are going to start about the chemical properties of acid, in which we are going to see about acid react with water, then acid react with base, then what happened. Okay. First property regarding how do acid react with metal. So what happened when an acid react with metal? Suddenly, first of all, whenever the question comes in the board examination like that, explain the chemical properties of acid. So you have to predefine the 4 properties of that, okay, in which you can write that reaction with acid and metal, metal oxide react with acid, acid react with base, and acid react with metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. Also in the 5th property you can write that what happened when an acid react with water. So these are the 5 properties for the statement, okay, for the 5 properties, and afterwards you can starting by each and individual properties explanation. Okay, step by step you need to give an explanation regarding that. Okay, so first property regarding acid and metal. What happened when an acid react with metal? As I told you that you have to memorize 2 acid. First is HCl and second is H2SO4. Okay, these are the acids example. Okay, here I can written like that, acid. Okay. Now when an acid react with some of the metal, it produces and it creates a salt and it releases the hydrogen gas. Okay, see here, and what I am giving you this statement. Whenever the question will be asked in the examination, what happened when an acid react with metal? Sometimes the question asked like that in the examination in a 2 marks, that what happened when an acid react with metal. So first of all, in the questions portion, I have given you the format that you can write in the examination. Okay, whenever the question will be asked, you can write in the first point statement. What should you have to write? The statement regarding the property. Whatever the property you asked in the examination, you need to give the statement of that. Okay, in a statement you have to here give the equation, you have to write in a words. Okay, so I have given you the statement like that. When an acid reacts with metal, it gives us the salt and it releases or it produces the hydrogen gas. Okay, it is an easy and we can considerably easiest statement we can write. Okay. Then afterwards, what is the second part you need to write? Second part you can write the general formula, in which you can write that this point is written as a general formula regarding the property, whatever the property is asked. Okay, so that will be the general formula, that acid plus metal arrow, it means is equal to, it gives us the salt and hydrogen gas. This will be the general formula regarding the acid and metals reaction. Okay, and afterwards in a third point, now you have to give the example. Okay, in example you have to take some of the acid, some of the metals, then you have to react both of them and you have to make byproducts like salt and hydrogen gas. We are going to react with some of the metal. Let us take acid and metal. Okay, so for that I have to take acid as a HCl. Now I know in a earlier study we have seen that what are the some examples of metal. Here I can write that examples of acid and examples of metal. So as we are going on to see that what happened when an acid reacts with metal, it gives us the two products, salt and hydrogen gas. Let us check how the acid and metal react with each other. As I have already told you that you need to write the example here. So I have taken the acid as a HCl. Now what I have to take on the metal? Metal I can take some of the metal that you learn from the standard 9th elements table. You can take metal like magnesium or sodium from the example. So I have write here. Okay, so we can prepare from that. Okay. Here it is the magnesium and sodium we can take as the metal. Now I have to react this process. Okay, acid react with metal, so I have taken the Mg as a metal. Now it creates the salt, but I know the equation for hydrogen gas. It will be called as the H2. Okay, now what happens if I want to give H2 here, then I need to give 2H here. So suppose I have given the 2H here. Now what are the remaining byproduct? MgCl and 2 is connected with chlorine also. So that is why I can write that it is a hydrochloric acid. It is magnesium. It is magnesium chloride. And it is a hydrogen gas. And afterwards you can explain this equation. You need to write the example, then you can here. Okay, example here, and afterward you give the name of the all the molecules you have taken here. Okay, all the compounds you have taken here. You give the name here, and afterward you need to explain that. Okay, it means what you have to do, that you need to explain that when we react hydrochloric acid with magnesium, we can create the byproduct like magnesium chloride, and it will release the hydrogen gas H2. Okay, from the equation you need to give the statement and you need to give the explanation for that. Okay, also you can add the another example regarding whenever you react hydrochloric acid with the sodium and creates the sodium chloride and hydrogen gas. It is also another extra example that you can write here. Okay, so this will expand your answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 statements are in a one property. Okay. And going on another example, when we give you another 2 points, so this will expand your question's answer is 7 points, and you can get the full marks in board examination. Okay. Now let us go on to the next property, that will be what happens when an acid reacts with metal oxide. But before going on that, let us erase that. Okay, you can take the screenshot if you want to take the example screenshot here. Okay, you can pause the screen and you can take the screenshot from here. Okay. Now going on the metal oxides property. First, we need to understand what is the metal oxide. Okay. First, I need to understand what is the metal oxide. So, whenever I react metal with oxygen, easiest way to understand metal oxide is that whenever metal reacts with oxygen, it creates metal oxide. Means, what should I have to take? Suppose I have to take magnesium for example, and then I react with oxygen, it creates the magnesium oxide. This magnesium oxide is known as a metal oxide. You can take whatever the metal and combine it with a single molecule of oxygen, it creates the metal oxide. You can take NaO, you can take CaO, okay, whatever the substance you want to create. You have to attach only a single molecule of oxygen with it, then it generally creates the metal oxide. Okay, from that we are going to take metal oxide. In that we are going to take about the magnesium oxide here. Okay, now we are doing the process regarding that. Okay, what happens when metal oxide? So for that we are going to change the acid. Okay, in acids example we have taken the HCl in the previous property. Now we are going to take H2SO4. Okay, here take the acid as a H2SO4 and its name is a sulfuric acid. In metal oxide I am going to take the CaO. It will be known as the calcium oxide, or you can say it is a quicklime. Okay, now what do I have to do? That I have to create the two molecules of water. It means H2. Here H2 and oxygen will be gone. Now what are the remaining byproducts? Ca and SO4. So I can write it here. CaSO4. Okay, you can say that CaO is a calcium oxide or it is a quicklime. Here it is a sulfuric acid. When it combines, it makes a calcium sulfate, and it also releases the water. Okay. Now you have to write this question's formula same as I have already given in the previous property. First, whenever the question will be asked in the board examination, what happened when a metal oxide reacts with acid? First, you need to explain the general formula regarding that. Okay, first you need to give the statement regarding that. Sorry. Afterwards, you need to give the general formula. In a statement I will give you when a metal oxide reacts with acid, it gives us the salt and water. It is a statement. Afterwards, you need to give a general formula that is written here. Okay, you can write it from here. After that, you need to give the equation that is written here. You can write it from here. Okay, that calcium oxide and sulfuric acid combine and calcium sulfate and react, and calcium sulfate and water get released from that. Okay. So equation you need to write, and after writing these two equations, then you have to explain this equation. So this is the way you can get the full marks for that property. Okay. You can write from here. Okay. Sure. But before going on the next property, today we will stop it here. Okay. If you had any kind of doubt, you can ask me on the comment section, or you can ask me personally on the WhatsApp. Okay. In next lecture, we are going to discuss about what happens when an acid reacts with base, what happens when an acid reacts with metal carbonate, and we are going to see about the further chemical properties of bases. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for reading this lecture. Till then, bye bye everyone, and take care of yourself.